Hey legends, Carly here. I just wanted to check in and do a quick video tonight. Something's been kind of rattling around in my brain for the last couple of weeks. I've started coaching doing coaching and healing with a new client who she's had 2 sessions with me now. She's signed up for my Go Deeper package, which is 6 coaching sessions and 6 Reiki treatments or energy healings. And they alternate. So you have a coaching session followed by a healing session. Anyway, her first session, I asked her what her main focus was, what her main goal is, because we can work with goals in coaching, but as well and in healing as well. If you're watching the live, drop a comment, say hello and where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay, do #replay. So yeah, I've been working with this client and she was honest in that her initial goal, and she said just very upfront, my goal is to get back with my ex. And I said to her, I will never work with anyone on a goal that involves that, because what if being back with your ex isn't right for you? So I'm a law of attraction coach, right? I know all the tools that she could use to attract her ex back into her life and to essentially manipulate the situation to get back with him. But he may not be the right person for her, right? So, and this is the same for any relationship, whether it's friendships, partners, whatever it may be. If that person's not meant to be in your life, then they're not meant to be in your life ultimately. Now, I've been in the past, I was in long-term relationships that were quite on and off. And, you know, we'd kind of have an off period, get back together. But ultimately, those relationships weren't right for me. When I learned about the law of attraction and learned all these manifesting tools, there was a relationship that I was in some years ago now, and that was on and off for about 8 years. And I'm not a quitter when it comes to things. So if I feel like I have not done my absolute utmost to try and heal whatever needs healing in the relationship, or, you know, do the work on myself that I need to do to make it the best relationship possible, then I'll stick with it. But there are a lot of times, hey Linda, there are a lot of times when I, was apart from this person, we've broken up for whatever reason, and, which were genuine reasons that we should have broken up. And I used my law of attraction tools at the time because I didn't want us to not be together at that point. And I did the work. I used the law of attraction tools essentially to bring him back into my life as my partner. Now, I knew at the time that may not be the right thing, but in the stage of growth and personal development I was in at the time, I still didn't love myself enough to just let go and let be, and, you know, rather than let go and be dragged, or hold on and be dragged, I very much kind of used the tools in a way that was essentially manipulating the situation is the wrong word, because it wasn't about manipulating him to get back together with me. This was me doing all my energy tools and law of attraction tools to specifically set the intention that we would get back together. Fast forward to my more mature self, who hopefully has more wisdom than I did back then. And I knew full well at the time that our relationship probably wasn't going to work out in the long term, and it didn't. And that's, it was the best thing for me to not be with him. It wasn't a good relationship. So, hey, how you going? Say hello as you're joining. Nice to have you on. So when my new client said to me that her goal was, like her specific goal was to get back together with her ex-partner, I just flat out said to her, I won't work with you on that goal. What I want to work with my clients around is becoming the best version of themselves that they can be. That means releasing the limiting beliefs that are holding them back, releasing the past trauma that's holding them back, clearing any obstacles in the way of what they want to achieve, but also, getting a lot more clarity on who they are, who their best self is, And do they even still want to be in that relationship from that best space. There's a reason why they broke up, right? There's several reasons why they broke up. And ultimately, he may not be the right partner for her, or her for him, right? It definitely goes both ways. So what I do work with people on is becoming your best self, and from that best self space, getting into a higher vibration and attracting into your life your ideal relationship, whether it's them or someone else. And to do that, you need to go through a series of tools and processes to figure out what your needs and values are. So what your needs are in relationships, what your values are, because if you have a values conflict with your partner around your really, really important values, that relationship is never going to work out in the long term. It's not going to be a happy one. If your values, you can have different interests from your partner, that's totally fine. But if you have extremely different values, so say, for example, one person really values adventure to the point where they want to travel the world all the time, and then the other person values stability, having a family, settling down. Those two things don't work together very well, not for very long anyway. So to get an idea about what is the best relationship for you, you really have to get an idea around who you really are, and who you really are when you're a single person, as well as who you really are in a relationship, and who your best self is. Because the right partner for you is that person that's going to bring out your best self, and your best self bringing out their best self. That's a really healthy relationship. I don't believe in the whole two halves making a whole thing. You're then two people coming together who both have broken wings and are trying to meet each other's unmet needs, and it doesn't always go well. I'm sure you've had experiences where you can relate to that. If you can relate to what I'm saying, drop a love heart or a like, and let me know that this is resonating for you. So yeah, I could help my clients use all the law of attraction tools very specifically focused on getting that person back into their life, but I never will do that. I'll only work with them on becoming their true, authentic, unapologetically best self, so that they can then figure out who is my match, and really looking at what kind of partner do they want to attract, looking at, and I recommend this to anyone who's watching. If you're single and if you're looking to attract your ideal partner. Hey Mel, how you going? Long time no speak. So write out your ideal wish list of what you want in a partner, and get really fussy around that as well. Don't be afraid to be fussy. Don't feel like you're being materialistic. Certain things are really important, and think about all the relationships that you've had in the past that didn't work out, and think about, what were the things that contributed to it not working out? What was it that you didn't like about that person, that relationship? And then think about, what do I want instead? Excuse me, Squishy is in the background with her squeaky toy over there. She's always picking the right time for some squeaky toy goodness. What is it that you have valued in all your past relationships? What was good about them? Do you want more of that in your future relationships? What wasn't good about them? And then instead of writing out, I don't want this and I don't want that, write out what you want instead. And so, yeah, does that make sense? Like, hit the like button if this is making sense to you right now. So, yeah, like I said, I will never, as a coach, hey Rena, how you going today? So as a coach, my job is to help people become the better version of themselves which changes along the way, right? And being your best self doesn't involve being in a relationship that's not right for you. Because when you're in a relationship with someone that's not right for you, they're going to drain your energy, they're going to drain your mental space, you won't feel clear, you won't feel free, you'll have less energy to focus on the things that matter for you and driving forward with your goals. So I would never suggest to anyone to use law of attraction tools to manipulate the situation to get back together with a partner. It's just not the right thing to do. Really surrender to the universe. Hey Maya, thanks for joining, hun. So really surrender to the universe and put your desires and your needs and your wants and your wish lists and stuff out there. Use the law of attraction tools, but when you're writing out your ideal wish list, whether it's for a job, for a partner, for a house, whatever it might be, always say at the end, this or something better. I want all of this or something better. Hey Tracy, you have clicked trying to join me on the video, so I think you might have hit the button in the wrong place. Hey Jack. So yeah, hopefully that all makes sense. Drop some comments in if it's making sense as well. Thanks for that, Tracy. Wise words. Yeah, we don't ever want to be in relationships that aren't right for us. If you think back to all your past relationships and think about what wasn't good about them, and you know, usually those kind of relationships are fairly on and off. And you know, if you had put in, hey Rick, if you had put in all your time and energy into trying to get that person back when they weren't right for you, you are potentially missing out on fucking amazingness in your relationships. And I can tell you that now from a space of having 20 years of relationships that weren't right for me and doing everything that I could to try and heal myself, fix the relationship. And I say all of that in quotation marks, right? But at the end of the day, none of that stuff's going to work if you're with the wrong person. So, you know, when I had my last breakup, I got every single breakup that I've had, I've refined my wish list for the kind of partner that I want to attract. And you've also got to think, what kind of person do I need to be to manifest this kind of person into my life? When I met my fiance Cam, I had to do a shitload more work on myself to allow his kind of love in, because he is a fucking legend. Hey Sandrine, now you're going to know what I'm talking about because I know that you've been through this, you know, in the last couple of years. And yep, sometimes your ex even ends up with someone who's amazing. Totally agree. So, you know, coming from a space these days where I'm in the healthiest relationship that I've ever been in, that is filled with so much love, a ridiculous amount of respect on both sides, you know, hey Susan, who loves me, nourishes me, supports me in everything I do, calls me out on my bullshit, loves the fact that I'm clumsy. I spilt like a coffee every single day last week, I think. Like, ridiculous. I'm ridiculously clumsy and so uncoordinated, and he loves me for all my weird quirks and flaws. And we support each other in bringing out the best in each other. If I had continued with my ex to just continually bring him back into my life through law of attraction tools, fuck knows where I'd be right now, but it wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be here in this amazing place that I'm in with the love of my life. So bear all of that in mind. I kind of clickbaited the title of this video a bit because I knew people who wanted to get back to their ex would watch this. So I'm not going to teach you any tools to get back together with your ex, because what you should be doing instead is very much focusing on you, your best self, how you get there, and, you know, get in a relationship with yourself. Like, treat yourself how you deserve to be treated. If your ex is meant to be in your life, then they will come back to you at some point. But do the work in the meantime to raise your vibration. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Love shouldn't be hard. You know, you should always work hard at relationships, I think, to keep the magic alive and always keep on top of, you know, your own triggers and your stuff that you need to heal. But it can be hard work sometimes doing those things, but because it's confronting, right? Like looking at your shadow self and looking at what you need to heal. But yeah, I just will never work with anyone on a goal that may not be right for them. I will be someone's guide and hold their hand every step in the way when it comes to being their best self, and look at any obstacles in the way of that. And if through raising their vibration, doing energy work, doing coaching work, their ex comes back to them, cool, if that's the right thing for them at the time. But, you know, who knows? They may meet someone that is way more amazing for them, that meets all their needs, that loves them unconditionally, you know, and that is a really amazing place to be in. I know that because I'm in it right now. Squishy, what are you doing? You going to come and say hello to everyone? Come up here. Star of the show, as always. giving no fucks. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll keep having a look at these and answering as time goes on, even after the live is finished. But thank you for joining me on this live tonight. And yeah, if you have any topics that you'd really like me to cover in any future lives, let me know, because I've got a never-ending Miss Our Squishy. Maya was very amazing. She looked after Squishy on the weekend when me and Cam went to Pemberton. She had a great time, didn't you, babe? Yeah, she always does. She gets all the attentions. So yeah, if you've got any ideas for any topics that you want, I've got this massive never-ending to-do list of things that I can talk about, and I could talk forever about loads of different things. But if you have something in particular that you want me to talk about, if you've got a question or topic in mind, and I can totally keep your name anonymous. I haven't spoken about, you wouldn't be able to identify the client that I'm talking about tonight. So yeah, and if you wanted to even jump on as like another person on this call or future calls to ask questions, then you're welcome to get involved too. So hope you have an amazing night. If you feel like you are going through, or if you feel like what I've spoken about tonight resonates with you, and you feel like you would like a guiding hand on your journey, whether it's through coaching, energy work, or a combination of both, which like that combination is really, really powerful to fast forward you to being your best self, drop me a message, drop a comment down below, drop me a message, drop me an email, whatever way you want to find me. I'm very contactable, and let's have a chat. We can jump on a no obligation free phone call just to have a chat about what your situation is and how you would like it to be different, and then I can see and suggest ways that we might be able to work together if I'm the right fit for you and if you're the right fit for me too, right? So yeah, let me know. And whatever you're doing tonight, I hope it's good. I hope you enjoy your night, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you again soon. Lots of love, guys.